Um, I'm not inspired to join politics. I am inspired to serve my nation. I just happen to be entering a space of leadership that has been infested by politicking. I'm coming out here to serve because I love my country. I love Uganda. I've always loved this country. I want to see it change. I'm one of those people who even find it difficult to live. I have had opportunities of working in other countries, but working and living elsewhere has been hard for me because I have to keep on coming back at least every 3 months because I get homesick. I love being here. I love my country. I like the people, the weather. This is my home. Unfortunately, a lot of things have gone wrong in this country. Ugandans are supposed to be some of the friendliest people on earth. But because of challenges that are in this country, people are poor, we have bad service provision as a country. A lot of Ugandans feel like they don't belong here, like they're on borrowed time in this country. And these things need to change. It is wrong for people to be in a country and foreigners are enjoying it. And they are not enjoying their country. They are living in poverty. They are living it's like there are invisible muzzles on our mouths so that we shouldn't talk. We shouldn't act a certain way because it will offend those that seemingly own this country. And these things need to change. When we look at the infrastructure in this country, the way people live, how hard they work and how little they earn, it's like being in your family, in your home, and your brothers and sisters are not fine. You wouldn't be comfortable. So it is that discomfort and heart to serve that has inspired me to come out and join the journey that will eventually lead me to an office where I believe I'll make a lot of changes to this country. I've always said that a fish rots from the head. When we have the right leaders in place, the leadership and the politics in our country will change because people tend to follow their leaders. The mood of a country, it's like when you walk into a house, the aura in the family, in the home, in the house is usually determined by the aura of the head of the home. If there is anger and bitterness and all this, it trickles down. When there is peace and love and joy at the head, it trickles down. You'll find that in a family where the parents are very hardworking, automatically the children will also be hardworking because they want to be like their parents. Even in nations, when it comes to character of a nation, you will see that it is determined by the head. Look at our countries and our neighboring countries. When you look at Tanzania, corruption had to go down. Why? Their leader has no compromise when it comes to that. When you look at Rwanda, it is clean because their leader does not compromise on that. If you look at different countries, the service level, the way, the peace in countries, it always starts from the top and it trickles down. We are in a military, our leaders for years have been military. And because of that, it is no wonder there is a lot of violence, a lot of infighting, a lot of strife, because the leaders have been in the army and they only know one way to lead a nation: by force, by fire, by oppression, by commands, by demands. And that has trickled down. You will find that everybody is backing at each other. Everybody is trying to fight to find their way. So for a long time, opposition has come in trying to fight fire with fire, because they think that is the only language that people understand. I'm coming with peace, because love is the ultimate weapon. I mean, love disarms and disorganizes any war. Because at the end of the day, you had the story about Christmas time during World War. These two sides that were fighting against each other decided that on Christmas, let's eat together, drink together, and dance together. I mean, that was an act of love. They forgot about their differences, and love reigned on that day. So how do I plan to sanitize this? By leading by example. You lead by example, and we will be putting leaders in place. We'll be selecting ministers and leaders in different sectors of a certain character, because now we need character over anything else. Are you a Ugandan? What is your character? Are you a Ugandan? What is your training? Are you a Ugandan? What is your qualification? What are your talents? What can you bring to the table? What can you offer as a leader? And how are you going to lead? We're going to emphasize a lot on servant leadership when it comes to my government. People will know that Kalembe Nancy's government was not a government for a section of people. It was a government only led by her, but it was for all Ugandans, all inclusive, leaving no one behind, as is our slogan in Mission 56. I've grown up in this country, and Ugandans were not always like this. It's taken a certain kind of leadership to reduce Ugandans to beggars. During this regime, we have been reduced to beggars. The Mfunirawa mentality, the give us money and we give you votes, has been orchestrated by the leaders in position right now. And it started somewhere. We were a certain way before, we are another way now. How did we get here? Can it be reversed? I believe it can be reversed. Because as we are tackling the economic issues and challenges that Uganda is facing now, we will get around it. People are starting to realize that they have been used. Because if someone last appeared 5 years ago and gave them 1,000 shillings, salt, a bar of soap, 10,000 shillings, did that last them 5 years? Ugandans are starting to realize that there's a trend, that these people are taking advantage of us. So I believe that Ugandans are now awake. I believe Ugandans are now alert. And more than any other time in history, Ugandans know exactly what they want. And they have woken up, and they know that it's no longer about the person who's coming for the vote. They need a leader right now who is going to work hand in hand with them so that we can make the change that we want happen. It's no longer about fake hero stories of this is what I am going to do and this is what I'm going to do. No. We need to be realistic. Changing our nation is going to take all of us to change our nation. And I think Ugandans are ready for change. And with time, Ugandans are realizing that there is this lady, Nancy Kalembe, who is offering change. real change, realistic change. And as I've kept on telling Ugandans, I'm the embodiment of the change that Uganda needs right now, because I'm not coming with supernatural stories and telling people stories to threaten them. I'm coming in peace, and we're going to work together. I don't have all the answers. My mind is not big enough to do all the work and meet all the needs of over 45 million people. But I know that 2 heads are better than one, and certainly 45 million heads are better than one, and we're going to work together. And I believe, money aside, I've heard people chant slogans like, let's eat the money, and then we vote for who we really want and who we really believe in. Ugandans also know that the people who are giving them this money, who have decided to monetize the money that they're giving them is actually theirs. So they are cheating them. They've taken money, they've been corrupt, because this government has been so corrupt. Corruption is so entrenched in this government that it has become normal. It's like there's unsupervised evil roaming our public sector, our public offices. And then at the end of 5 years, they come back to give to us a portion of the money they have stolen from us. It's like me coming to your house, I raid it and take everything away. Then I come back and say, oh, would you like some half a kilo of rice? Yet I took 10 kilos of rice from your house. That is what this government has done, and it is a continuous thing that needs to stop. Ugandans need to understand that the people who are giving them money are not doing them a favor. The money they are giving them is their money, either through the taxes they've collected from them, or through the hard work that they've been through, and then somehow the money has trickled to them, or through the natural resources that we have. We've heard of oil. We know that there is excavation of oil happening, there is extraction of oil happening. Where is the oil going? Where is that money? So there's not been proper accountability, and yet at the end of the 5-year term, money is coming back in forms of 10,000 soap, sugar, salt. Are we being fooled here, or are we blindfolded?
Maybe if you have anything to tell Ugandans.
To Ugandans, my fellow Ugandans, my brothers and sisters, our grandparents and parents, as well as our children, if you're of age to vote, please come out and vote. My name is Kalembe Nancy, the only woman on that ballot paper. I come in peace. Let no one threaten you and tell you you will not have security. According to the constitution of our country, the security agencies are there for your service. They're not there against you. And therefore, please vote wisely. And let's change. Let's have the necessary change, the much needed change. You want change. I am the embodiment of the change that you need. But I need you to walk with me. I need you to work with me through these coming 5 years. Not only to vote for me, but to work with me so that we can see the change in Uganda that we all want and we all desire. Thank you. My name is Kalembe Nancy. Vote for me as your next president. In peace. As Mission 56, we are leaving no one behind. We're going to be as one in this nation because you deserve to be recognized. You matter as a Ugandan, and together we are going to change this nation. May God bless you for God and my country.